Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. And I know it's a little different. I'm sitting here in a chair instead of me standing in front of my whiteboard, which is directly behind me right now. But I just want to change things up and kind of give you guys content in a different format. So in today's video, as you can see from the title, it's going to be 5 things that I wish I knew before I started lifting weights when I first started. Right? Because I think these 5 things can be very helpful for those of you who are first starting to work out and you might be running into these issues. The first thing is supplements are not needed. Okay, so when it comes to supplements, a lot of times people think if I'm working out, if I want to build muscle, then I must take supplements because there's some type of formula in supplements that's going to help me build muscle, and if I don't take it, I can't build any muscle. That is wrong. That's one thing that I've learned over the years of training, is that supplement is definitely not the number one thing on your priority list, but instead learning the exercises, performing it, and execution and consistency is probably the most important thing when it comes to working out. So when it comes to supplements, I remember when I first started working out and I used to head over to a GNC store. For GNC, I used to go to that store and I go in there without any information. All I wanted to do was build muscle, and I would ask the employee that was working there for advice, and he would give me a spew of supplements. So he would give me a whole list of supplements that I should be taking and I should buy, and at that time I didn't know any better, so I bought pretty much everything that he recommended. All these vitamins, all these casein powder, all these protein powder, these creatine tablets, and to be honest, you don't need any of that. You get all your nutrients from your whole foods, and supplements is just an addition to that. So it can help you, but it's not needed. All right, it's just an add-on to what you're doing right now. And I do take supplements right now, so I'm not gonna lie to you. I have supplements up there, as you can see. You know, we have multivitamin, we have fish oil, but it's not needed. If you're first starting to work out, don't put your focus onto supplements. Put your focus and money onto a good trainer. If you can spend your money, spend it on a trainer or a coach that knows what he or she is doing. That way you can learn the exercises and you can be properly doing it in the gym safely without hurting yourself. And that should be your number one priority when it comes to working out, not supplements. Okay, so remember, supplements are just an add-on to your nutrition. So once you start getting the hang of things, and once you start understanding nutrition, and once you start understanding your workouts, and then you want to buy supplements, that's when I recommend it. But if you're just starting off, don't buy supplements. It's not needed. So with that being said, let's go to number 2. All right, so number 2 of what I wish I knew when I first started lifting weights is that being sore does not mean you're making more gains. All right, so what I mean by that, it means, you know that saying, no pain, no gain? Well, that's a myth. Well, I think you should be a little sore. You don't have to be extremely sore in order for you to see progress in the gym. And to be honest, I don't even think you have to be sore at all in the beginning in order for you to see progress in the gym. One thing you do want to keep in mind is tracking your progress. If you're not tracking your progress in the gym right now, then you should start doing that, because if you're tracking your progress and you know you're progressing in weights and you know you're doing more than what you did last time, and there's some type of progression, then you're going in the right direction. But being extremely sore where you can't even walk up a flight of stairs, or a lot of those memes or sayings or things you see on social media where people say like, bro, I just had my leg day and the day after I'm literally on the floor crawling into my bedroom. You don't have to feel like that in order for you to see progress. Or you don't have to feel like you can't even lift up your arms in order for you to see progress. Okay, so soreness is an indicator of if you're actually growing muscle, but it does not have to be to an extreme level that a lot of people think you need, because a lot of times people think you have to be literally disabled or to a point where you can't get out of bed in order for you to see some type of progression. So that's number 2 on the list of what I wish I knew when I first started lifting weights. And now let's move on to number 3. So if you've been enjoying this video so far and you've been finding the first 2 tips helpful, make sure you leave a thumbs up on this video, because it is going to help this video a lot, and also the channel. And also make sure you subscribe down below for future fitness topics as well. And in addition, if you're new here, we do foodie videos every single Friday, where I go on a food adventure and pretty much try out different types of food, and at the same time give you guys some fitness tips while I do that foodie adventure. Okay, so number 3 on the list of what I wish I knew when I first started lifting is stop comparing. And what I mean by that is stop comparing your own physique, stop comparing your own strength, and stop comparing your progress with anyone else. Back then it was a little easier for me because social media wasn't as popular as it is today. Nowadays you see everyone posting on fitness stuff online, and also everyone posting their own journey, their own transformation. But the thing you can do for yourself is to not compare yourself to any other individual. So if you're working out and you're on a goal of fat loss, or you're on the goal of gaining more muscle, trying to get stronger, stop looking at these individuals who's been doing it longer than you. For a lot of times, I remember when I first started working out and started lifting weights, I would look at individuals who had like 6-pack, people who had huge muscles, people who've been doing it for 5, 7, 10 years, and I'll ask myself, why can't I look like that? Or why can't I be as strong as them? And sometimes some of those individuals have the experience on you, and in addition to that, they've been working out for a long time. Also, some of those other individuals, they take steroids, right? That's the bottom line. A lot of them do take drugs. The ones you look up to, especially the ones on a magazine, the one on professional competitions, people do use drugs in the fitness industry. So keep that in mind. Don't compare yourself to anyone else but yourself. So if you know you're progressing, just focus on that. If you know you're losing fat, if you know you're gaining stronger, that's a plus, okay? Focus on that positive and nothing else. A lot of times people focus on the wrong things. They focus on the negatives. They focus on why I'm not here. So instead of focusing on why you're not there yet, focus on what you already accomplished, focus on things you've already done, and focus on things you can control. And what you could control is your nutrition, your training, and also your mindset. So stop comparing yourself to anyone else. Just focus on yourself. So that's number 3 on the list of what I wish I knew when I first started lifting weights, is to not compare myself to anyone else. So let's move on to number 4. Okay, so number 4 on the list is being consistent. That's one thing I wish I knew when I first started lifting weights and first started working out, is that you gotta be consistent. No one got fat over just one slice of pizza. No one got fat overnight. No one lost weight overnight. No one lost weight by just eating one salad, right? It's consistency, it's time, it's effort. All that combined is how you can build muscle, lose fat, and get the body you want. A lot of times people think that it's gonna happen overnight. I thought it was gonna happen overnight. I thought it was gonna happen in a couple workouts, but it did not. It took some time. It actually took some time to build the strength I wanted to build, and now it's actually where I like it to be, and I want to be able to push even further. So if you're looking to lose fat, you're looking to build muscle, you got to be consistent, right? You got to be consistent. It's not easy, and it takes time. It's a habit that you're gonna have to build, and it's gonna be something that it's gonna be life-changing for a lot of people, because they have to adjust to their schedule. For someone who's never worked out before, to make it a habit, to do it consistently for the rest of their life, it's really tough, right? So that's the reason why taking too long of a hiatus, taking 3 months, 6-month hiatus, it's not the best and not the ideal situation. I remember when I took 6 months off, when I took 3 months off, and I came back and I started working out, my strength was not the same anymore. You know, also my workouts were hindered because I was setting myself back by taking 3 months off, by taking 6 months off sometime, and I was just not consistent. And if you want to see results, you want to see progress, and you want to see a significant change in your body composition or how you look, and also your strength, you're gonna have to be consistent. If you can only work out for 2 times a week, then just stick to twice a week. All right, if you could do it 3 times, then stick to that. If you could do it 5 times, then stick to that. But stick to something that you know you can do and you know you can commit to. A lot of times people tend to overshoot things. They think, you know, I could work out every single day. It's not an issue. I'll jump from not working out at all, from sitting on a couch, into 7 days a week, hardcore, do everything, do it now. And you're gonna end up burning yourself out. So know yourself, know your schedule, know how many times a week you can work out, and be consistent. as consistent as you can on your training and on your nutrition, and you're gonna see the best results you're ever gonna see. Okay, so that's number 4. So let's move on to number 5, the last thing I wish I knew when I first started lifting weights. So the last and 5th one on the list, I know it's gonna kind of contradict what I said before about being consistent, but at the same time, you should not be too harsh on yourself. And missing one workout here and there, or missing your nutrition here and there, messing up, eating out, eating too much, it's okay. That's really one thing I want to emphasize here at the end of this video. It's something I wish I knew, because I thought you had to be perfect when it came to your workouts. You have to be perfect when it came to your nutrition, and you have to be perfect in everything you do revolving your fitness goals in order for you to accomplish it. And the truth is, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now, we want to strive for perfection. We want to strive to be 10 out of 10, 100%, feeling good all the time for our workouts, lifting as much weight as possible, eating the right foods, making the right choices. But at the end of the day, we are all humans and we make mistakes. There are gonna be some days where you're gonna cheat on your diet, or I wouldn't like to say cheat, but where you're gonna overindulge. And there's gonna be some days where you just don't feel like working out. The overall goal is to be consistent without being too harsh on yourself. There should be some times where you ask yourself and you kind of confront yourself, call yourself out on your own BS, and say, hey, I've been missing out on too many workouts, or hey, I haven't been on track with my diet for too long of a period, and it's time to actually get focused and get on track. So if you're new to lifting, new to working out, I hope those 5 things were helpful. If you did, make sure you give me a thumbs up, because that's really helpful for the video, and also subscribe down below and comment down below of what other fitness questions you may have that I can help answer in future videos. But anyways, thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.